Hello, Soul Biz Sisters. Welcome to the Soul Biz Sister community, where we foster the soul of your business. I'm Penny.
And I'm Nancy. And today we have with us a magnificent Soul Biz Sister. She is the owner, outfitter, guide, trail guide. What else? Wrangler.
Business operator,
Paycheck
writer,
The boss lady.
The boss lady.
skid steer driver, and truck and tractor, everything. You
Yeah,
name it.
she is the everything of Rapp's Corral, and her name is Ann Rapp. And I want to welcome you today, Ann Rapp, to the Soul Biz Sisters community.
Thank you.
We are doing our first interview sitting on bales of hay because it is so incredibly beautiful out here. And you have owned this business for 30 years, run it completely by yourself for the last 9 years. And what's so amazing to me is traditionally, especially out west here, this is a man's business. So I was so excited to talk to you and see how do you operate as a woman in this man's world?
Well, I think right now I'm blessed because I am older. I've been around for a long time, so I have got a reputation. Back when I was a little bit younger, though, it was tough. You know, it was kind of never on my own merits. Particularly like when I worked in the movie business, it was like it was almost like, who did you sleep with to get this job? And so
How did you deal with that? I mean, when people asked you that or treated you like that, how did you respond?
Work double time. Not double time but double. You know, everything I did, I proved myself. I felt like I probably had to prove myself in more ways than a lot of people would have. You know, when it comes to feeding, when it comes to driving horses, when it comes to riding, when it came to anything, you know, it was always kind of like, let's, prove yourself, see if you have the stamina, the tenacity to stick with the job, the strength to go through the razzing and the heckling. I guess it would almost be like, what do they call that when you go to college?
The
hazing.
Yeah.
The hazing.
Years of hazing,
And years, whether it be going to big auctions when I buy horses, or the movie industry, even packing, when I pack out elk and deer and just any big pack job and whatnot. But now I have a good reputation, and a lot of people will call me because they know that I'll get the job done.
So you've earned that reputation.
I've earned
and
it.
what I hear you saying is that it has taken an incredible amount of inner strength. And so I'm curious, is that something that you've always had or something you had to develop?
Well, I think I've always kind of been a loner. I've always been really independent. And as a kid, I was always satisfied being on my own, messing around in the hills and the mountains, and I didn't need anybody to entertain me. I didn't need to prove myself with friends or whatever. I think I've just been independent, which has its downfalls also, particularly as a woman.
But it feels like that is one of one of your strengths. When you were a child, you were independent, and that led to you being able to step into this position that you did. What do you think?
I think any time that you deal in a world like I do, where most of the time you're working by yourself, you have to figure out things. For example, I'm obviously not that big of a person, and if I don't have somebody strong next to me, I need to figure out leverage and how to make things work if I'm by myself. And because I spent a lot of time as a kid by myself, and this has its downfalls too, I know how to do things probably better by myself than if I have a team of people. I can organize myself pretty darn good. But as I'm getting older, I think that it's really helpful to have a team effort. And so it has its good parts and its bad parts. As I'm getting older, that independency, that like I can do that. You know, I used to be able to unload, 5 tons of hay by myself a day. You know,
That's impressive.
And,
So you're
Yeah, I carried 2 bales over here, so that's impressive.
but I don't want to do that anymore. You know, it's like, okay, I've done that. I proved myself. I don't, okay, what, so what? And so that's the kind of stuff, I felt like that has its good parts and it has its bad part. It earned me, Ann's a hard worker, she can do the stuff. If she wants it done, if you're going to work for her, then you're going to work. It's not and so it's good and bad.
So you have the self-reliance,
Yes.
but now you've really learned to work more
And kind of
Delegate.
delegate.
team and
be
delegate.
team.
Yeah.
Delegate.
Well, I wanted to ask you, though, because I can tell just by who you are that your soul is in your business. But what would you say about that?
There is no way anybody could be in this business if their soul wasn't in it. No way, because the work doesn't end. We feed every morning about 5:45, and we finish up about 7. I finish up about 7.
7 at night.
7.
So 5:45 in the morning until 7 p.m.
Yeah.
7 days a week during the high season, and then in the winter, of course, we have the sleigh rides, and then you deal with the cold weather and the snow issues and everything that works against you. So you could not be in this business if you didn't love the elements that you're in, the horses that you deal with, the people that you deal with, but most of all, I think the time that you spend alone doing the hard work. And it's not just the hard work like around here with the horses, it's the hard work of learning all the country too. You have to be able to have the time and the faith in yourself to go out and explore and figure out these routes and trails that you can safely take your guests on.
Nice.
And you can't do that if you don't love it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be, there's too much liability involved. You have to truly, truly care about what you do, the horses that you have, and the people that you put on the horses.
I can tell that about you. And
So Ann's soul is in her business and in these beautiful mountains around
Yes.
here. This is where you come in Durango to ride horses and explore our amazing country.
and
So,
rejuvenate your soul.
yeah, thank you so
You're
much for
welcome.
sharing your
Thank you.
time
We
with us.
could continue to talk, but I think our time is up. And before we finish up, this is a Soul Biz Sisters scarf. Every time you look at it, it will remind you of how magnificent you are, Ann.
And you know that I will certainly...
Yes, you'll be wearing it. Yes.
I'll have to call you for a new one in a year.
And welcome to the Soul Biz Sisters
thank
community.
you.
And Ann's information and the Wrap Corral information will be in our resource section in the Soul Biz Sisters community. Join the Soul Biz Sisters community where we'll continue to talk to amazing, magnificent women and
gosh.
foster the soul of your business.
We'll see you on the inside.
And at the top.